What do we need?
We're good. I think I got audio from TDG. All right. All right, you ready?
You got it. Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna leave this race. Boop. And then they're gonna start in 15 seconds. Hello, folks. Nobody's here yet. I literally just started my stream. We got a race here between Willard and TDG, round 1 of the Casual Boots brackets. I believe Willard won his group.
Yeah, Willard won his group at 5-1.
So we got some.
And TDG
co-champ. Alright, hold on a second.
Nah, that'll work.
I feel like I'm getting Willard's audio still. I'm getting a weird echo.
I don't know. I've been really muted on my end. I can't hear.
Oh, I know what it is. I still have TDG's Twitch stream up on my computer. I'm an idiot. Alright, we're good to go now. Everything's fine.
Auto with a B. That's all we need.
Professional. Let me mark these off. These folks, they got swords, they got boots, they're going. So Willard won his group 5-1. TDG made out of group stage via getting first place in tiebreaker against you.
Yep.
I don't know. I still don't know how that shook out as far as who got first place, who got second place, but TDG went 4-2 in the group stage.
Yeah, I was 4-2 as well, and we were called co-champions because our tie was absolutely unbreakable. So we had a 3-way tiebreaker race.
Gotcha. So
and him and I got out of it, so we were co-champions.
Okay.
And then I got absolutely embarrassed by Tiberius.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you're interested in seeing that, the VOD's up on my channel somewhere.
Yeah, it's not worth watching. So this escape, though, right? Super hot.
Yeah, we got bottles with a good B. I'm wondering if both of those guys will turn in that at the bottle vendor.
I would. I mean, they have the 50 rupees to get bombs if they need to.
Yeah.
But I definitely hang on. Oh, yeah, so now I still hang on to it for the money.
That makes sense. Alright, I gotta, let me go with this couple channels here while our boring escape is happening.
Okay, Willard going for the fighter sword. Inside the hitbox of the ball and chain guard. 8 hits, down he goes. TDG going for a pot and then some sword swings, and the green guard decided to tag along to make life difficult.
TDG getting beat up a little bit by the big man there.
Yeah, that green guard really messed up that rhythm. What are you? Do you do the 8 sword swings, or do you do a hybrid with pots? Or
I am a 1 pot 4 sword swings. I can do the 8 sword swings, but I don't trust myself. Let's say.
I like to do the dash over, but if I miss that first hit, then it just throws everything way off. I haven't got that one down quite yet to be effective. So
I don't think there's a huge time difference between 1 pot and 4 sword swings and 8 sword swings.
Right, even 8 sword swings in 2 pots isn't life or death. There's a difference there, but the most important thing is not to die, so do what's comfortable to you.
Cranking our way through here. I was busy setting up stream stuff here. I didn't see, did we see a map in the first couple chests, or no?
No, we found bombs, piece of heart, and some money. I don't think we've seen the map yet.
Also, for the folks in chat, if volumes need to be tweaked a little bit, please let me know. Because I feel like my volume settings reset every single time I close OBS.
Yeah, so unfortunate snake RNG getting both our runners slowed down a little bit.
Alright, we'll head into the back here. See if there's anything interesting. Ice Rod!
Nah,
Terrific.
not that interesting.
So, Pendant TR. Anything crazy with this mode besides starting boots? No, not really. It's a pretty standard. Well, not standard. It is standard because we go through escape. 7 crystals to defeat Ganon, and yeah, start with boots and sword. Other than that, nothing wild. No keys shuffle, no entrance shuffle. Just a regular old rando seed.
Flippers of the Sank opens up some things early.
Yeah, nice to go to. Oh, and a mirror early too.
Hey there.
Pretty easy access to Zora now after you do South Shore. Obviously, we'd like some more money before that, but...
Well, it makes riding the Dark World a lot more open now, too.
Yes.
So our crystal starts with Hare and Eastern are crystals, and Desert is the green pendant. Just a heart container.
So I'm doing a terrible job at tracking. I apologize.
No, Aga. Get him out of here.
That's good. Nobody wants to... I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean we're not doing Aga, but...
Nah, it's fine.
Willard says, no, I don't need those 3 bombs.
I would have taken those bombs. I'm a coward.
I would have too. But that's why I didn't make brackets, so...
Man, I watched some of your seeds. There's a lot more reasons why you didn't make
yeah,
brackets.
well, we won't discuss those.
TDG also saying no bombs.
I mean, 3's enough to do Kakariko, and, like, you're probably gonna find more.
So both runners doing the normal escape and then heading to Kakariko, which is pretty common, especially with boots moving you around.
No, there's
making
300.
blind
I was
placement.
just about to say, 300 would probably be a welcome sight. TG doing the well in first instead of blindside. A little early blue mail.
It's a pretty stacked open, honestly.
Item-wise, yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of... Well, we don't have a ton of options yet in the light world, but this is more than you would normally expect from the opening of a seed.
Yeah, it's a lot of auxiliary items like the mirror and the flippers and the ice rod and even blue mail. That stuff that just makes stuff easier later.
Early mirror is always super nice, too, because you don't have to worry about orphaning mirror checks in the dark world.
Oh yeah, that mirror makes everything better.
Alright, we get a red rupee. We're going to get a B trade in here. Keeping us above 500. I think you gotta go... Oh, no. Okay. I thought he was gonna get sniped by the weather vane there.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, too. If you release that... So if you have a good bee and release it near the bottle vendor, he will take it, and in thanks, he will give you 100 rupees back, which is great. But if you do it too close to the weather vane will attract the bee instead, and then the bottle vendor will never get it. So when you release it, try to make sure you're a little bit left, so it always will go to the
Oh, they were
vendor.
fine. They have bug net. They could have recaught it.
I don't think it's worth the time at that point. I just feel like, nah, I'm good.
So neither runner finding bombs in Kakariko, so now they have to spend 50 to buy this 10, when they could have just picked up the 3 in the Lost Woods.
Vindicated. Vindicated.
Nothing in the library, so we just got Maze Race, and then we'll see. I mean, I don't think there's anything to really pull you away from South Shore next.
Yeah, if I saw a glove, I'd go to the mountain.
Sure, yeah. But no bow to bring you... we haven't even seen a map check from either player yet.
Yeah, TDG did one.
Oh, did he? I missed it.
Yeah, Hera and Eastern are regular crystals, and Desert is green.
My bad.
I got you. You're doing all the hard work. I'm just talking. Here's a little divergence.
Figure out Emo Tracker eventually here. Oh, because TDG did not buy the bombs in Kakariko.
Yeah, if you're already going this direction, you just go check Saha, right?
I would think so.
There you go.
Red Boomerang.
Plenty of money, and the flippers, you can just do the flipper checks too, so...
Mini Molder
like,
Cave, got nothing.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So, maybe Eastern is the correct play here. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean...
There's our mountain access.
We heard you like blue things. Here's all the blue things.
So here's the thing about the mountain at this point. We can get to Hera. We might not be able to beat Hera, so I actually don't know how much I like the mountain yet. Because if the big key's in the basement, we can't Hera pot.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, 100%. I probably would use the flute to go check the desert stuff because it's terrible, but I still go to the mountain afterwards. Why not?
Well,
Yeah, I'm one of the.
Why not?
I like to. Well, you know what? Stop being right. No one likes to show off. Gosh. I'm just one of those that I just let the items take me wherever it can go. So if I get an item, I just chase it.
Flippers lead to flute, which leads to the mountain. I mean, that makes sense too. We'll see if Willard does the remaining flippers checks or just bails after this flute. Looks like he's gonna go back for the Zora stuff. I feel like...
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean... Assuming he's going for the Zora stuff, I would think it's still faster to save and quit, activate your flute, and then flute to 8. I think.
I would agree, but I'm always very, like, I have a flute, go activate it immediately. Whatever you're doing, you can get back to. So, yeah. I agree with you. I would have done the same. Because swimming is slow and very hard.
Some people say there's a rhythm to it. I disagree.
I call them liars. Yep, just hard mash. Ooh, Waterfall Fairy giving out blues. Yes,
That's
please.
Nice. Oh,
well,
that looked like a moon pearl.
Hey there.
So, that doesn't do anything for us yet, because we are still missing quite a few other items to get into Dark World. But, obviously, gonna need that sooner rather than later. too. So now it's either mountain or eastern area. And we're still missing minimum 2 items for Dark World access.
Right, there's a Master Sword on the Desert Ledge we saw when TDG went over there.
Okay. So if we find a book, we can get that. Alright, let's see what Willard decides to do here. Quick map check, confirming what we saw earlier. Alright, just do Akina's Cave.
Yeah, that check is pretty terrible and can get isolated pretty quickly.
Yeah.
With the flute, it's probably the easiest you're ever going to get. Just go get it.
I agree. I am notorious at never checking Akina's Cave, so if you have a flute, I like to just do it and never have to worry about it again, rather than an hour into the seed like I am usually want to do.
So back to your point about the big key and being firelocked. Do you do Saha Eastern here, or do you do the mountain?
I think, man, it's tough, right? Because you don't want you never want to double dip Eastern. The mountain only has like maybe 2 logical checks right now, because you have Spec Rock and what's inside Spec Rock and what's on top of Spec Rock, and I mean that could be it depending on what the layout of Hera is.
Right. Yeah, there's 4 logical checks because there's 2 in Hera, but they could just be dungeon items and a small key, and you're right. Then it's dead end.
With the flute, I might have run over to just Saha first before going up the mountain.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is just go to 5, check Saha, but don't go in Eastern.
Yeah.
Because if there's a fire source there, you're in business.
Right.
If there's a bow, then you just do Eastern.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think that's what I would have done. And I am a fan of the early mountain just because.
You're going to have to do it anyway.
I come out of Escape with a glove and just done it. Just because, why not?
Yeah.
All right, TDG, where are you going?
All right, let's see. We got 300 more bucks on top. And a heart container. All right, TDG is doing the eastern area, so we got some more diversions here. So let's see. I mean, listen, all the items we want are gonna, or the items we need are gonna be split up between these 2 locations anyway, right? I mean,
right.
Oh, we got a Dark World check here. So Pendant Pod, Pendant Skull Woods, and then
Pendant Pod, Pendant Skull Woods, and 5-6 is Swamp Mire.
Okay.
So Pendant Pod and all that.
Oh, there's our Master Sword. So we got easy tempered this seed. So we didn't find a... Okay, so we got the big key here, so we can climb. There's got to be something in here at this point, right? I mean, I don't think there's... Oh, or... There's a lamp in Eastern.
It could be a lamp in Hera. Old man didn't have anything, so...
Alright, well. TR being a crystal, nice to have that early ice rod, for sure.
So what, like, lamp on Moldorm to take the small key down to get a glove in the basement of Hera?
Listen, don't be like that. Yeah, because, I mean, even if we go through Aga, we've got almost nothing to do in the Dark World at this point, if we find a lamp.
Yep, right, because even, I mean, you can go into Pod, and that's basically it.
Alright.
Ah, there you go!
There's a glove, so now we can...
What does that really open, though, right now?
Nothing. It opens catfish.
Not without a lamp.
Well, yeah, if we go into Dark World, it opens catfish.
Oh, catfish. Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say it's already open because of the flippers, but it's not. There's a rock there. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Doing the old NMG Moldorm fight here on Willard's side. Getting bullied.
So I was just thinking, I mean, if Moldorm has a fire source, great. You definitely don't do the basement then because you've got your 2 items.
Right.
If not, you know, you may have to come back in here.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to go to Eastern after this, so... Flippers, can't you get to Thieves Town in Dark World with gloves? You also need Hookshot in order to Hookshot across the river. So if they find Hookshot, then yes, that becomes an option. But just Flippers are not enough.
Yeah, just Hookshot opens that, but we still need a lamp to put Aga in Logic. So.
Oh, we got a shovel, though. Well, that's both items in Hera, right? So... Okay, we don't have to worry about the basement. That's nice. Putting a crystal on the board 20 minutes in, also not bad.
So you're saying my mountain call was the right one?
I didn't say that.
I'll say it. So, what, mitts on shovel?
I'm gonna say the other piece is in Eastern, whether it's hammer or mitts.
Look at those awesome Hera bomb jumps that I can't do.
It feels so good.
I mean, I can. I'm just a coward and don't want to risk it.
One of these days, I will teach you how to do the sword spin.
That stupid rabbit thing that just sits in the grass every now and then.
Let's see what's in the shovel spot.
Mitts! Come on, Mitts!
TDG gonna have a bit of an easier Moldorm fight here, already being on Master Sword.
Smooth. Ooh, and a shovel dash. Let's go.
Swag. $50. Alright. Eastern's got what we're looking for.
Called it! $50.
So is it going to be hammer? Is it going to be another glove? Is it going to be a lamp and then Hookshot's going to be on the pyramid?
Mushroom.
Don't even, no. TG about to get the bad news about that shovel.
Well, TDG didn't grab that extra 300 on Spec Rock, so 50 might not be a bad shout.
That's true. Although, I mean, they both checked Zora at this point. They have enough pod money. They have enough money for everything else they need to do in the seed.
You know what? I'm going to say mitts and hammer in here. Just give them some variety. Why not?
That would be way too nice.
With pod being a pendant, I almost would want to see a lamp in here just to force your hand to go into pod and just do what you can. Because pendant pod is terrible. I don't think I'd be mad being forced in there since it's a pendant.
Maybe.
I mean, obviously, you'd like to dodge pendant dungeons if you can, but, I mean, if you get forced in, then that saves you from having to make that decision.
That's true.
You know your opponent's gonna have to do the same. Well, I mean, maybe.
Alright, well, so far nothing. And we only have... Because remember, the big key chest is not in Logic at the moment, so we have... maybe one more check here? It has to be something. I mean, this could also just be Hookshot, and then we have to go to East Death Mountain to find...
Oh, yeah. That's a really good point.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, never mind.
Alright, we're out of here.
You don't finish?
Why? What's the point? I think that was the third. I think that was all 3 items.
They didn't find the big key, though, did they?
Well, you know it's vanilla. You're gonna have to go.
Right.
You have to do it again later.
Right, but you're gonna have to come back in here. This is a crystal. Why wouldn't you just go grab it now instead of having to just loop it later? It makes coming back here faster later. Spend the time now or spend the time later. You must just spend the time now. You're already there.
Probably have a lamp later. It'll be a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, yes, light always makes everything faster. I still think you're there. Just do it.
Okay, well, we got diverging choices for where to enter Dark World here.
I'm always a hype cave starter if I can.
Yeah.
I just am.
Same. Hype cave. Trash this time.
So the only dungeon you can beat at this point, I think, is Thieves Town. And it is a crystal, and you can full clear it.
Yeah,
But,
we have
so
the hammer.
Do you go Independent Pod here, or no?
No, I think Willard's taking this up to Catfish, and then he's gonna go to, whatchamacallit, Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, I'm one of those that likes to do Catfish early. I understand, like, it's easy to isolate, but it's my mentality says, cool, if that's an item and they isolate it, then it just gives me an instant advantage. So I'm okay with this.
I like I'm a fan of the Hype Cave. If you have Hammer, the Hype Cave up to Pyramid, up to Catfish play to start the Dark World, I like that play. I do that a lot.
Plenty of keys in Skull Woods. That was a garbage front. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's always a bummer when you can't even do the back and you come in the front and just find actual nothing. Catfish. Nothing, as usual. Every time you go to him, obviously, he's not going to have anything.
Yeah. Catfish and Spike Cave. Every time if you check them, they have nothing. It's in the game code. It switches it up.
I wonder if Willard will do front of Skullwoods here, or if he'll just go straight into Thieves Town. I think I like in this situation. I think I like doing Thieves Town first because if you find the Fire Rod in Thieves Town, you can just go ahead and do it.
It's a pendant. Why would you? Like, if you're not going to do the front four,
That's true.
If you're not going to do the front four, you never want to go in ever. Like,
Well,
either you do it now or you do it never.
You mean the front four of Skullwoods?
Yes, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Well, usually when someone says front four, my head thinks Thieves Town, but I guess there are also 4 checks in the front of Skull.
No. You're right. You're 100% right. So, but yeah, if it's a pendant and you're not going to go do it now, then you're just writing it off. Like, I'm never going to go here.
True, yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that could definitely work out for you with that front as bad as it was. That's very possible.
Yeah, so TDG did not come to this chest, so this could be something here.
I totally missed King's Tomb.
It was 10 arrows, I believe.
Hot.
So yeah, North Dark World also not paying off. Neither is the middle. Alright, so Skullwoods
is
a complete wash. Go to Thieves Town.
That's scary.
Thieves Town's got the stuff.
Both items are in the back of Skull. That's scary.
Yeah. That is, yeah. If you find a Fire Rod now you're... But then when do you actually go back? It's the thing. Like, now it's just...
I better have nothing else. I'm not going back.
It's a complete afterthought at this point.
Yeah, with a pretty hot start with blue items and other stuff in Light World, it kind of got dead for like the start to Dark World was not fun. Never mind, shield, we're in good shape.
Alright, so I mean Thieves Town has gotta have something, right? We get our mitts in Thieves Town, and then we can go into Mire to get our next progression, even though we can't beat it.
I will take 1 hook shot for a completable Swamp Palace, please.
That is true. We do have a lot of items for hookshot. I mean, listen, you can go into Swamp Palace right now. Nobody said anything about beating it.
Let's go, hookshot. Second chest. Let's go.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
You know, I'm not usually a hookless swamp guy myself, but I could see it here.
Ah, you sing the song of my people.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they're going to route this, right? You're going to go Thieves Town South, and you're going to end up down there anyway, so we got a mirror, we got flippers, we got hammer.
Yeah, we got them pretty early. Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's that or pod, right?
Yeah, our bowless pod. Willard just doing the North Dark World checks that TDG did earlier. About to get his garbage.
Yeah, both runners being incredibly thorough at the start of the Dark World with not a ton of options to be able to do outside of Thieves Town. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I know Willard likes to play thorough. That's just how he does. I'm not as familiar with how TDG plays, but it seems, at least in the early going, also being careful not to skip anything.
Did TDG get red mail and I miss it?
He did, yes. Red mail was in the bombable hut, I believe. Dark World bombable hut.
Cool.
Which is good, because he's a little low on health here. These crickets would be a lot scarier without that red mail on 1.5 hearts.
I want to say he also has the ether.
Yeah, you're probably right, he does. I have the tracker up. That's just me being terrible. They also have both have shields, so...
Yeah, but who cares?
It's hard to calm and track at the same time. Alright, well, Thieves Town so far has, other than that mushroom, been pretty empty.
I mean, what else do you need?
It's true. And we don't have to go to the big chest. Yes, Ganon's weakness has been changed from silver arrows to mushroom, actually. I have not been counting items in Thieves Town here, so I don't know if Blind has one or not.
I believe so. We saw the compass already.
Okay. Well, it was an item, but nothing that helps us, so that swamp dip is looking better and better.
I think, actually, I probably just mirror outside of Thieves Town and go turn the mushroom in and then just mirror or flute back to 3 and then keep going.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you got out of there. You might as well check it.
I think that actually would be a pretty heads-up play, actually.
I mean, you could do the same thing in front of, you know,
The
mirror,
dam
go,
or
turn it in,
whatever.
yeah. Fly back, drain it, go back in.
Thing is, if you do it right in front of Thieves Town, if you know, for example, the mushroom has the mitts, then you can immediately do Smith Chain while you're already there.
Yep. Yeah, but it's easy for us to say that sitting here watching this in the moment.
Sure is.
Just like, where am I going? Where am I going? I feel like we've seen a lot of arrows for not having a bow, which is slightly insulting.
Options very quickly dwindling here. We got Cave 45, we got Stumpy, we got the mushroom, and then I think they're going to be funneled into Swamp at that point. Or Pod. Bowless Pod. Again.
Which is worse? Like, what do you like the least? It's got to be the Swamp play, right?
No, I would do the run a Swamp over Bowless Pod 100 times out of 100. Like,
100 times? Is it just because you're right here, or do you just think it's the better play?
Both. I think you get all those items to get into Swamp that early in the seed. It usually points you there for a reason.
I feel like I've been corrupting you, and it's satisfying.
I mean, you're the one who didn't go into front of Swamp the other day. So.
You know, one time I don't do my own play. It really bites me. Alright, TDG getting his depressing results as Willard grabs his next crystal.
So Willard will be following TDG's footsteps here. Is he gonna do it? Oh, he doesn't want to do it. Come on.
Nah, he'll go get the pyramid mirror.
Oh, that's right. He hasn't done catfish.
Do the catfish. Yeah. Yeah, and I get why. I mean, if you're playing the thorough route, then you don't want to go into Swamp if the hook is just sitting on catfish.
Yeah, no, this I had forgotten that TDG skipped this. But yeah, both runners have been very thorough, have not skipped anything in the overworld. We're making sure no stones are left unturned, and still have not found anything. I mean, what was our last major piece of progression was the hammer?
Yeah, the hammer in Eastern was our last one. We've found nothing since then. It's been a very depressing 10 minutes.
Alright, here's the mushroom.
Is it faster to hit the mirror than hit the portal and mirror again, or to run back?
I think if you do the cut the bush mirror bonk thing, it's faster.
I'd believe that.
But I always forget how to set it up. I always forget if I need to cut the bush in the light world or the dark world, and I inevitably screw it up. But mushroom was not the answer.
So I think TDG still has a blue from the Waterfall Fairy. I think Willard used his, either on purpose or accident. I'm not sure which it was at King's Tomb.
You're talking about for potential potion unlock?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Willard can mimic clip, so I don't think that's a huge issue for him.
Right, yeah, I know they can mimic clip. I don't know if TDG can or can't, but it's just something to think about.
Yeah, well, Will's picking up a blue anyway. So, let's see. Is it going to be Pod, or is it going to be Swamp? Or is it going to be... Oh, we have Hammer, so we can do East of Mountain now.
Oh my gosh. We're like totally...
I say...
Didn't even think about the obvious play.
I say still go in a Swamp.
Yeah, if you're in a place that you feel like you need to make a gamble or a play, then yeah, I think Swamp's your call.
Fine, I guess we're going to make the obvious play.
Yeah, so obvious. We called it.
It's true. That's why neither of us are in this tournament anymore. It's fine. We'll both be vindicated once there's nothing on Death Mountain. Red Cane, that is something. Doesn't do anything for us yet. But nice to have.
Okay, so let's keep going down the bad dipping idea. So just give us the mitts up here.
Oh, so we can go into TR?
And make TR Quake, or Ether.
Alright, I'm into it. I mean, you do it. Oh, there's a bow.
Now, okay.
Fine. Well, I mean, do you still want to go to Pendant Pod? Probably, but...
It looks better than Swamp now.
Yeah, especially because you can knock off Eastern too while you're there. And a cape. Too bad we didn't find those mitts. That would have been, I would have liked to see the TR dip. But yeah, Pendant Pod seems to be the correct play at this point. Oh, I never marked off the Moon Pearls on our runners. I'm the worst tracker.
It's because you have to keep making up for your bad Kokon.
I would just capture the, but like, I don't want, everyone uses different trackers and they would look weird.
Where is TDG going? Oh, Spike Cave.
Oh, with the Cape, Spike Cave is in Logic. Yes, interesting.
Yeah, Cape in a bottle. It's in Logic.
Okay, yeah, that is that's heads up.
Pretty heads up.
This could be big if there's something in here. Willard's not coming back here for a while.
Yeah, especially if Willard finds something in Pod that leads him away. Which I would like to think there's something in Pod.
There's always something in Pendant Pod. Oh man,
boo, boo.
I don't know how Willard's gonna survive without that mirror shield. Yeah, call on this one. This game's over.
Pod wasn't even bow locked.
Alright, so what do we think? What are we gonna find in here? Mitts in here, probably?
Oh, it has to, right? Mitts or Hook. I mean, those are the two most obvious. No, Fire Rod for the back of... Fire Rod for the back of Skull.
I don't think Mirror Shield is gonna save time on Laser Bridge, because doing Boots laser skips is faster than using Mirror Shield.
Oh, yeah. Book for Fire Rod on Green Pendant Saha. Or does it?
You want to give these guys a book? Come on, man.
Hey, some of us like to read.
I don't want to
Back
see.
off.
No one wants to see a book this seed. Powder. Now see, there's a check.
Honestly, for our runners, I hope there's something better than just powder in here. That Mario Block Dash is so swag.
I gotta learn how to do that. Bunch of keys so far. And a lamp. Ah, yes. Lamp and pod. Okay, well, we have a fire source now. That makes... So we can do Meyer now. No, we need
no,
this.
no, you can't.
We can do Meyer now.
If it's Ether, yeah.
See, I just knew. I knew the mitts were coming. I just got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, I think you actually called that when you walked in, yeah? So yeah, Al Lot's open now. That
yeah, now we can go crazy.
Meyer wide open. Meyer's open. TR Dip is open. Without the fire rod, sounds terrible. Smith Chain's wide open now.
Yes, immediate run back to TR. Alright, so...
I mean, Desert's available now too, technically.
Yeah,
so
I think... I mean, we can clear Meyer, right? So, if we can get in.
Oh yeah, if you can get into Meyer, that's the first place you go, right?
You just go there first anyway, right? To check the Meyer shed and check the board cave and see what the medallion is. And if it's Ether, then you go in and you beat it.
Yeah, not counting medallions, we just need 2 items.
Yeah, we need a fire source for Ice Palace, and then hook shot, yeah.
And a fire rod.
Well, that's a fire source.
Yeah, well, it could be Bombo, so, you know.
Well, then we would need 3 items.
Yeah, that's what I said. Not counting medallions. At me.
TDG having a little issue with the hammer jump here.
Oh, at first I thought he did it on purpose to reset the bridge to bomb jump and then go around, but not the case.
And I'm assuming Willard was counting items and Helm. There was nothing on the big chest or Helm.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know that I'd go fight Helm at this point anyway.
No. I mean, you're not gonna spend that much time for that.
But yeah, he at the bottom of Dark Maze, he stopped and didn't even check the big chest. So yeah, I think he's counting items.
So between Fire Rod and Hookshot, which one's going to be the trollier item here?
Fire Rod.
Yeah, you think? I think Hookshot.
Hookshot and TR on Laser Bridge? I cannot imagine such a scene.
It wouldn't be the first time I've seen that in
the
a
last
couple
week.
Days. Now let's just put Hookshot on left side swamp.
Gross. Wait, what? And ew.
Get his map. We'll also be mirroring into Eastern here. Clear that out.
Yeah, I would guess immediately after Armos, you just flew into Meyer. You want to know that medallion information pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you're either runner, do you feel bad about putting pot off at this point, or do you like, yeah, my opponent probably did the same thing?
No, I don't feel bad about waiting that long to go to pendant pot without a bow. I think you can fairly safely assume that your opponent, unless your opponent is AFG, I think you can safely assume that they also did the same thing. It is Ether.
Ether. We're gonna mirror and grab that tempered sword off the desert ledge we saw a long time ago to make Vitreous just a lot more easier.
Good job remembering, because I actually might have forgotten that. Alright, let's see what we got in Mire here. 2 items. TDG about to pick up his... Of course, we've got a God Mire when we're still looking for items.
I would just go to Vitreous. Why not? You're already here. Mire 2 sucks, but... if Vitreous has one of the items, it just makes the rest faster.
Willard waffling back and forth, deciding to go straight to Vitreous after reconsidering.
Yeah, you have to do it anyway. And if he has one of the items, it makes the finding the last one in the dungeon potentially faster. So, why not?
Let's see if TDG remembers the Tempered Sword. Gets the news that he can clear Mire.
Man, if I was one of these runners, I'd be really happy for that lamp, because no hookshot setting up that Dark Mire 1 is not fun.
Yeah, I don't care for that either, but luckily, don't have to worry about it this seed. Alright.
Alright, both our runners proving why they're better than us, because they remembered.
Should be a pretty easy Vitreous fight here with Tempered Sword now. And no items on Vitreous, so now we make the decision, do we go back in?
You have to, don't you? Where else
You
you
don't
need to go?
have to. You could go up the mountain, check Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave, and go into TR. Maybe.
I like the idea of checking TR for the medallion, but I would do Green Pendant Desert before I did that. For the same reason of when else are you going to do it?
We could go in a swamp.
We have been barking for the swamp play for a while. Man, if it's like 20 minutes and someone finds a swamp and like fire rods there or something, the vindication's gonna be so real.
We'll probably get... Well, I don't know. We could get something in Mire. I wasn't keeping track, so I think it was all keys on the right side of Mire.
Yes, I think. Yeah, it was the big key and a few smalls.
So if that's... compass, so yeah, cutscene definitely has an item. I'm pretty sure.
All I know is if there's a key in the room above the torch room, the big key has to be in cutscene.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know. TDG also decided to chase the Godmire. Gross.
Gonna do it.
Man, the cutscene chest is so bad. The temptation to just skip out would be pretty strong.
I think it's a hard hard thing to skip at this point. I mean, you're here. You've already made the commitment to come back in. You might as well just get everything out of here.
Yeah, and you are 100% right, but... Ugh. Like, yeah, that's the right play, and it makes the most sense, but Swamp, man.
Alright, let's see. Will we get something, or will we get 10 more arrows?
Yeah, echoing something someone said in chat.
Bottle!
100%. If you had another crystal to go clear, then maybe, yeah, you just ditch out on cutscene chests, but you're here, it's an option. It's the worst case scenario. If it's here, you skip it, but...
Willard did not do checkerboard yet. Okay. So where do you go from here now?
I do Green Pendant Desert. You're already... Same reason. You're already here. It's Green Pendant.
Yeah.
It's relatively fast.
Looks like that's what he's gonna do.
So, what do you want first? Do you want the Fire Rod or do you want the Hookshot?
Well, I think I want the hook. That's a tough one, right? So Fire Rod gives us Ice Palace and TR. Hookshot gives us... I think I'd rather have Hookshot first. Maybe? I don't know. I want to find them both right next to each other, because I don't want to have to make the decisions based on which one I find first.
Right?
I think I want to find Hookshot first, right? Because Fire Rod, I mean, this is, you know, everyone likes to ha ped. Fire Rod cannot be on pedestal, Hookshot can be on pedestal, so finding the Hookshot first means you don't have to worry about potentially going back into Pod for Helma or dipping other pendant dungeons, although I guess we're already doing Desert here, so...
Yeah, that's an excellent point about the pedestal. I can make it a little spicier. You want the Bombos?
I mean, if you get Bombos, I'll go straight to Ice. Like, I don't think that's a hard decision at all.
Yeah, I think Bombos actually makes your life a little easier, because it only opens one thing, and you definitely chase it.
Ooh, TDG not accidentally pushing the blocks the wrong way.
Yeah, echoing James in chat, he's also bringing up, I mean, you could just forget all that, just go to East Death Mountain and get your medallion information and a few other items.
Yeah, I mean, that's man, I just... Doing an extra mountain climb for a couple items feels bad. Especially, like, you can get pulled into TR with our loadout, depending on what the medallion is, and then do you really want to go into TR without Fire Rod? Because if that first chest is a key, who knows how deep that thing could bring you.
I don't know, that doesn't seem like a bad play, because if it's not a key, you can get quite a lot done.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a key,
or you get locked out. Or you get locked out immediately, and at least you know. And if you're Willard, you haven't done Spike Cave yet.
Worst case scenario, I don't know, Fire Rod on Mimic Cave for Hookshot on pedestal. I don't know.
I think the item I don't want to see the most right now is the book, because that's just going to lead you chasing tablets.
Oh yeah, book. All Immediately gonna
I
turn
mean,
this
there is the
Pendant.
powder. We have powder, so there's always magic bat too.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's. Well, we have mitts now too, and nobody's done Smith Chain, so.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that too. That's and hammer
is-
pegs. So that whole thing's open.
We've got mirror and like flute. It's not that slow, actually.
Oh no!
That's a. That's one of those right there.
Yeah, there was a mushroom turn in, and it was something. I already forget. Nothing fun.
It was a full heart container. Immediate pet check. I like the immediate pet check right now. Let's get the info out of the way. And then I think I like Smith Chain after this.
The only thing that can really be on there is either the medallion for TR or Hook, right?
Shot, yeah. But at least you know. It's good to know.
Right, and if you were going to do Smith Chain anyway next,
Yeah.
you're right here.
I think I like Smith Chain after this, because you can do Smith Chain. Oh, half magic.
Oh,
Could've been
no.
worth it. No.
My
I think you
favorite
do
safety now.
Smith Chain, and then you can check Bombo's tablet after Smith Chain. But what do I know? Willard's going up the mountain.
Willard turns
So-
his nose up at your petty Smith Chain.
Smith Chain's for suckers, apparently.
Smith Chain, is that some kind of peasant joke I don't know? Yeah, Smith Chain does seem rough, but you're right, with Mitts and Mirror, it's as fast as it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's not that.
And even Flute thing, too.
Plus, if you find, like, Hookshot, then before coming up here, you can fully clear Hookshot Cave. Like, I know Willard can kinda hover, but I'd hate to leave my Fire Rod in the third chest of Hookshot Cave.
Rambler's got the right idea. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd pull the pet for that sweet, sweet half magic. Yeah, with
Willard
the
about to get his
exception
mirror
of...
shield, though. This is exciting.
Let's go!
Ooh, yeah.
Love it. Yeah, with this race, honestly, with the exception of the very beginning routes in Dark World, our runners have just been following each other the entire time.
To answer a question in chat, no, nobody has checked Ether yet, which Willard will probably do right here, considering he's already up the mountain.
Alright, show me Bombos.
I would take Bombos right now. Give me Bombos.
You finished doing Dark Death, though, don't you, right?
Oh!
Oh, never mind.
Well, that's the thing. Well, now we
So
go
TR,
to
you
TR
said?
for sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super easy. Willard can sort of hover, but it doesn't matter because Hookshot's probably all we need, and then obviously Hookshot can't be in Hookshot Cave beyond the first chest. Unless this is a different medallion. We could still torture these runners for a little bit longer.
Nah, it's Ether, I'm sure.
What are we doing here?
Oh, he's looking for magic.
Oh, he doesn't have enough magic to... I mean, there's a magic thing in Super Bunny.
Yeah, but then you have to mirror again if it's Ether.
Well, I mean, that may be faster than this. Okay,
'Cause it's Ether.
It is just Ether.
Just Ether.
Boring.
Oh, no.
Like, just
He got
shy.
blue the entire time.
Well, I think he was trying to avoid using it.
He doesn't need it.
You never know. We're on half. We don't have half. We know we're not getting half magic, and we still don't have silvers.
Both our runners can do it without it. Oh, TDG decided to do some hammer pigs.
So TDG's doing Smith Chain here. Hammer pegs, as we all know, the home of Hookshot.
It would be quite the call, but that would obviously send him into a swamp to full clear it
Right.
instead of getting his fire rod. Yeah, I think you're right, though. Hammer pegs does feel like the vacation home for Hookshot. I think if you're TDG, you hope you don't find the hook shot right now. So
yeah, no, you definitely
rod.
don't want to do that, because Willard is going to be able to go mode Swamp, which makes a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, assuming that it's not there. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Unfortunately, TDG's not, he's not going to find anything on these checks other than potentially hook shot. Or, I don't know, maybe silvers, but even then, that doesn't make a huge difference at this point.
So yeah, if you had dipped TR originally, you'd have got locked out after Lava Chest anyway. Yeah. So.
Smith's Chain coming up empty here. I mean, Hookshot's just going to be in here, right? It'll be on Laser Bridge again.
Yeah, that's what it really feels like at this point. Yeah, if you're TDG, you have to hope that hook is in Swamp at this point to get nothing out of Smith Chain, and then hope Willard does Smith Chain.
Yeah.
Because if Willard doesn't find his hook here, you definitely go to Ice Palace next.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Is something like Hook on Moth good for TDG or bad?
Probably bad, because Willard's going to have that running around with that Fire Rod for way longer than TDG is, so Willard will get to that first. Or Willard will get to Moth first before TDG does. So let's see, is TDG gonna go up the mountain here? Yeah, so TDG's about to get his Fire Rod. Unfortunately, this is just gonna keep him about a dungeon or so behind.
Yeah, with the availability of so many checks on the mountain, this is the right call, but... I mean, actually, if TDG does something like Super Bunny, or the first check at Hook, and finds the hook, that still won't make up a ton of time, because we'll go there immediately after this, yeah.
TDG does have the book, yes, sorry, I'm just the worst tracker of all time.
Yeah, TDG, I think, needed something like go into Swamp and find the hook on the left side or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately go to the mountain afterwards to really try to pull this together. But you're right, he's going to be following Willard for quite a while now.
Quack. TGT saving a little bit of time here by not having to dig up a magic decanter, at least.
Yeah. Doing that Spike Cave early paying off right there. Okay, TDG going right into TR. That does surprise me a little bit. Wouldn't you go to Super Bunny in case the hookshot's just there, and you could go mode the rest of this nonsense,
I mean,
or no?
TR go mode is not really that much different anyway.
I know, and you're 100% right, but...
Because if hookshot's in TR, then you never have to go check Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave, so it's like... I think
right, yeah.
This is a better play, because otherwise you'd have to do the back and forth, potentially.
Right, yeah, because if it's in here, you have to beat it anyway. That old montage goes, but if Hookshot's just sitting in Super Bunny.
What are the chances
I don't
of
know.
that?
I'm just saying.
TTG smartly remembering that he does not have the hookshot.
Good job with the backdoor 1 cycle.
And it's down. So yeah, we'll do Super Bunny here, first chest to Hookshot Cave, and then zip over to Ice Palace.
Oh, Stalfos RNG not being kind to TDG there.
Yeah,
I hate that. That's the worst when that
guy,
happens.
Nobody likes that guy. TDG also has a fire ride now. Getting beat up by the chain chomps there a little bit too.
Yeah, those things never cease to surprise how much damage they really do.
Even on red mail. Hey, another blue potion. All right. Well. So the hunt for the hookshot continues. Hey, at least Swamp is a crystal, right?
Right?
Should be able to get through ice pretty quickly here with Kane and everything. I mean, I did predict hookshot on left side swamp earlier, so could be. But I mean, we're running out of locations at this point. We know it's not Smith Chain. Could be a couple checks in ice here.
Can't be. Yeah, it can't be Pyramid Berry because swamps are red.
So it could be front of Swamp. It could be back of Skull Woods. But that's
I did say hook on moth earlier.
That's really about it. Which unfortunately does not give TDG a lot of chances to catch up here. So I mean, if Hookshot is not an Ice Palace, if Willard decides to do Smith Chain first, that'll get him back a little bit of time, but...
Yeah, he needs it to be in a bad place, and then he needs to make a play, I think, to really close this gap.
Like, it needs to be in left side Swamp, and he needs to go right to Swamp after... I mean,
I
Willard
feel like
may just go to Swamp right after this, too.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to be on Mothula, because if I Willard, I would do Swamp next before Smith Chain, because if it's there, you're done. Yeah, I think it needs to be on Mothula, and then TDG just makes a gamble. That's 2 items in here.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we've seen all the fetch quests, so we're not going to get sacked with one of those.
No, we're done with those. I mean, we're filling out our inventory pretty well here. Other than Hookshot, we kind of have everything. Because no, not getting half magic this seed. That's 3. All
it's not here. Wow.
TG, you got Mirror Shield, buddy.
He refuses to use it. It's bad. He's doing what we all want him to do. Yeah, so for as nice as this seed started out, it's
Willard's gonna have to.
locations.
Oh, he's got sword beam, so he should be okay here. Okay.
Yeah, he's got that blue from Super Bunny too. He's fine.
Right, but I mean, you don't want to burn that if you can avoid it. All right, crystal number 6. Yeah, so you can do fire rod dupes with a couple items. It works with sword beams. It works with arrows. I think it works with Cane of Samaria also. Obviously, sword beams is the easiest one to set up of those. All right, so Willard not going straight to swamp here.
Yeah, with the sword beams, it's a timing thing. It isn't just like randomly mashing it. There is a small timing to it, but it's a simple back and forth rhythm that once you've got it a couple times, you'll have it, and it does save some significant time because it leaves you some fire rod shots for the second phase.
Okay, we're going to Moth first.
Well, if you're coming back to do the Smith chain, when is there a better time to do this?
Yeah, that's true. And we do know that there's 2 items back here, so...
Yeah, with having to do the Smith chain, I like this play. I think this is, I'm here, just do it. You get done with Moth, if it's not there, you mirror, run down, hit the portal again, and you're right back where you need to be. Alright, there's only bad locations left, so chat, throw out where the hookshot is.
Yeah, I mean, either back of
Moth Bridge, swamp. Yeah, it's all bad. Come on, Moth. One time.
Alright, let's see where TDG's gonna go to Ice Palace first, right? Like, no-brainer.
I think, yeah, you have to. I mean, that's just
but yeah,
the play you have
so
to
this
make.
is this is the opening that TDG needs now. So basically, he needs Hookshot to be in front of Swamp, and then he needs to go to front of Swamp immediately after Ice, and then Willard needs to be doing Smith Chain following this. Yes, we do know that pedestal is half magic, and nobody is touching that.
That Moth fight was
Alright, Moth was not the answer either. Willard was, does not want to spend time getting the fanfare, but getting it up anyway.
Yeah, even if Willard does the Smith Chain, TDG is going to have to rock through Ice Palace pretty quickly.
Well, luckily all 3 items were pretty early, so you don't have to do Iced Tea and...
Right, but what I'm saying, he's gonna burn through Smith Chain pretty fast. He's got to zip through here.
No, I think both runners already got every item from Pod. I think Helmasaur is just a compass. So there's no value in going back there. So it's either... Well, it has to be Swamp at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left.
It's just in the front of Swamp.
TDG didn't hit the switch. Where's the big key? Does anyone remember?
Ooh, I don't... Was it in this chest? It might have just been in this chest. No, it wasn't. That's rough, because I think that means the big key is in Iced Tea room.
It's an Iced Tea. So that's going to be a little time flip.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, and we're not trying to make it seem like TDG is out. He's not out by any stretch of the imagination. Anything can happen in rando. We're just trying to talk optimal things that need to happen to up his chances. That's all.
At least he doesn't have to go back up for the big chest, so this is not the worst. Still a little frustrating.
Yeah.
Yes, we have seen purple chest. TDG did the entire Smith chain earlier, and it amounted to nothing.
No.
Nope, that's not the way you want to go. I mean, no, because you don't have an extra small key. You don't have an extra.
There's got to be a small key in the big chest, or else he's locked out of the room. Which, would be most all the information you need to not do this, but I get it. You also don't have a hook, so you're not getting it now.
Yeah, this is
the worst case scenario now. He can't go down.
That is
man.
Really unfortunate.
My routing of Ice Palace is not good by any stretch. There are several things, like bomb jumping, I don't like doing because I'm not good at it. So I could see me in a, not even a perfect world, an everyday world where I make the same call and you are instantly tilted.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know how you can not be frustrated by this. This is unfortunately TDG giving time away that he really couldn't afford. Right,
because Willard's going to zip into Swamp here in about 3. I mean, he's going to do Bombos, but then he's going to run right in. That hurts really bad.
There is still a possibility of GT routing coming to play here if TDG does go immediately to Swamp after this. And you know what? Maybe this pushes him to go to Swamp. Maybe he feels bad after this and thinks, I just need to go to Swamp and hope it's in Swamp at this point.
Yeah, so he's got a bump jump across this.
Luckily, this is a pretty easy bomb jump to set up.
Yeah, good job. You say that, but I have messed that up and missed it.
Well, we all make mistakes. Alright, finally getting a small key.
Yeah, had that not happened, I think if he goes to Swamp immediately, he probably gets into Swamp first.
You're both getting in at roughly the same time.
Or really close, because I think he's out of Ice Palace by this point if that doesn't happen. And he'll have to burn one of his blues to get enough magic through here now.
Saying hashtag always hit the switch.
Yeah, he is 100% right on this one.
I do remember the times that I said the runner should gamble in Swamp. Remember that? Remember 45 minutes ago when I was saying go into Swamp because we forgot they had mountain access?
Yeah, that thing at 38 minutes. I didn't timestamp that or anything. When we were saying make the gamble and go, and they were like, oh yeah.
Let's see if the game wants to be nice and put it in the first few chests here instead of left side.
I'm fine with that. Come on, game.
Or if I actually rolled a broken seed. Alright, TDG taken down. Cold Stare.
He 100% has to go to Swamp next.
No question about it. Anywhere else, and that's gonna probably do it. If he goes straight to Swamp, there's still a shot here depending on
GT goofiness.
Alright. Let's see. 54.
I gotta think both runners are pretty much done with the seed at this point. Like, alright. Oh no, come on.
It's gonna make the moth play. Maybe he thinks this is the bigger gamble at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that, if it isn't Swamp and the opponent did that, they've already lost, so they have to make what seems like the worst possible scenario. I think a lot of this is just a lot of bias against doing Hookless Swamp.
All right,
everyone talks about that being the worst case scenario, and I agree, it's rough, but...
We're going to left side.
Have to. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like this is a lot of everyone. If you talk about a dungeon you don't want to dip without the required items, everyone I feel like is going to say swamp. Pod, you can get around it with bottles and mimic clipping. TR, if you forget the big chest because you don't have a hammer, who cares? You know, etc. and so forth. Depending on key layout, TR you can get pretty far. Mire would probably be second. You don't want to do Mire without the cane because that sucks. But everyone's going to say Hookless Swamp is the worst. Yeah. So I feel like this is a little bit of bias speaking.
See if we can troll extra hard and put the big key on left side and make the hookshot vanilla.
I think there was a guess of a vanilla hook in chat earlier.
I do think somebody said that, yes.
No, that was Moo.
But yeah, unless I'm forgetting something we never checked, this is literally all that is left. This is a hard last location.
Yeah, if you forgot it, so did I.
We're still going.
Wow.
Brutal.
So we had talked slightly about pod, and if when the players dipped into pod for mitts and other items, do you feel bad at that point?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, no, probably not. There's a lot of other things you could have done. At this point, both runners are like, come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen,
like you're questioning a lot of things that you shouldn't necessarily be questioning.
The thing is, like, do you really feel that bad about last locationing that hookshot in left side swamp? Because I mean, what crazy person would go and do swamp early like this?
Us. Us. Like 40 minutes ago. Had you done this 40 minutes ago, you would have felt like a genius.
For sure.
But, I mean, yeah, to your point, you're exactly right. I don't think either runner's like, my opponent wouldn't have done that, right?
Yeah,
but at this
you
point,
don't feel good about it,
they?
But like, you can't feel that bad about it.
No.
Flippers and Mirror were both pretty early. We had been talking a while ago that Hookless Front of Swamp Dip was in play when they first got into the Dark World. Nobody opted to do it because, again, who would do it? But yes, they did have the option available to them for quite a while. Hey!
Nice!
Those little silvers, it's a
little consolation.
Prize.
Yeah, there it is.
Alright, so Willard is just in super good mode now.
Yeah, it's cruise control from here on out. Just let your muscle memory do the work.
Is just going to be about a dungeon behind here, which, I mean, he's been trailing by roughly a dungeon for a while now, but just hasn't had the opportunity to make up any of that time, unfortunately.
Yeah, the miscalculation in Ice Palace with key routing hurt.
Yeah, this would be pretty close right now without that, I think.
Yeah, had they done that and immediately gone to Swamp, I think they get to the Swamp first, honestly.
Well, even if they went to Moth first like they did, I mean, without the Ice Palace snafu, TDG's probably getting his hookshot about now, so he's only a half a dungeon behind instead of a full dungeon.
Agree.
Which probably puts this within GT routing, potentially.
I wonder if, because they hadn't checked the pedestal, if they did Moth to check Ped banking on a Ped seed.
That's true.
And then, okay, my opponent went to Swamp, I didn't, it's on the pedestal, I make up some time.
Yeah, that makes sense, thinking about the fact that they did not check pedestal earlier. The Moth play first definitely makes more sense.
You know, because if it was on pedestal and your opponent goes to Swamp hoping it's not, now, you know, you feel like maybe you've got a little something back in your pocket.
Right. But yeah, this was a nice, pretty much full clear. I mean, nobody beat Helma, but they full clear pod other than that, so. They both, Willard's got a hook shot now.
Yeah, green pendant was necessary and pod was necessary.
Alright, so heading into GT now, something numbers, I don't know. I don't really play the game, but we'll see if the seed wants to continue being annoying.
What do you want, left or right back?
I'm gonna say left.
Okay, I'll take right back.
I'm gonna say rando room. Let's go top left chest of rando room. Yeah, Willard does tend to do DM routing.
I know another runner who enjoys a good DM route.
I do too. Well, DM route. See? That's why you do it.
Stacked. Let's go.
Alright, nobody gets 2. Everyone loses. Alright, so just gotta do a climb and a couple boss fights and we'll be done here. TDG about to get his hook shot in another 30 seconds or so. But yeah, I mean, routing-wise, both the runners... there wasn't a whole lot of deviation. I mean, there's a couple small choices early. But other than that, they did most of the same thing.
Yeah, the only real spots of deviation was when they first hit Dark World, they took different opening routes. But past that, it has been a lot of follow the leader.
Alright, so TDG gets his hook shot. Gonna go ahead and clear swamp here. But yeah, just unfortunately, the window of opportunity for picking up time is quickly diminishing.
I like how both players totally forgot the key and swap.
Oh, I forget that key 100% of the time when I have to do left side without a hook shot. Like, who's gonna remember that?
I think we just chalk that one up to like tilt nerves because woof.
Well, yeah, you get your hook shot, you're like, okay, I'm in go mode, I can just get to the end of the dungeon here. I don't know how TDG routes GT. Hopefully he just does DM as well. Oh yeah, TDG also skipping waterfall chest, so did not pick up the silvers. So that's another... It's gonna be another slight time loss for him.
Yeah, I can understand skipping it, though. Yeah, at this point, you feel like you've got to really race. You know, in best case scenario, your opponent did everything the same, and you're in a foot race that those seconds can matter.
Alright, that's crystal number 7 for TDG. Got a mountain climb. And then a pretty quick GT, assuming he goes left first.
now.
But Willard at the top. It's got to do an Aga fight and a Ganon fight. That is a nice setup. That setup less nice.
All right, we'll take the. That's fine. 1 over par.
Yeah. I don't know if TG.
Oh no, 4 is par.
We'll see. He might forfeit depending on when Willard finishes Ganon here, but we'll see. Hey, it's not over yet. It's not over.
Right. Yeah, I'm one of those that once I hit GT, I don't look at the race room and I finish out. So I cannot speak to his tendencies in that regard.
.done hits the chat. You keep going. But yeah, Tempered Silvers, this is a pretty harmless Ganon. We got Red Mail.
The important Mirror Shield.
Yes, the Mirror Shield, which blocks all the bats, as we know.
Why does the Mirror Shield not block the Beamos lasers?
Because it's the Beamos lasers are not actually light-based. It's actually like they are. It's a physical thing that they are spewing at you out of their eye.
I don't think that's a good enough answer, frankly.
Well, listen, that's the lore that I just made up. Alright, TDG, unfortunately, going Hope Room first, finding a small key, which is going to pull him to right side. Willard, 1 more silver away. It's gonna do a little dash here. Yep. And crossing the finish line with a time of 1:37.23. GG's in chat for WillardJBradley taking first place in this race.
Oh, TDG going for the ultimate meme and
Hell
trying
yeah.
to pull AI. That's what I'm talking about. Moral victory right there.
And TDG does decide to forfeit here after Tile Room does not pay off.
It's a moral victory. I'm going to stand by that.
Alright, let's see if we can get some folks into here for some interviews. Let's get... Alright, and we are joined by WillardJBradley and TDG. GG's.
Jeez. I hated it.
Yeah. I could see your face the entire time, and you were not enjoying it.
This was just not a fun seed to play.
No, certainly no. I mean, left side swamp hookshot is never a fun thing to do.
Last locate hammer, and then last locate hookshot.
Did you go to Death Mountain before Eastern also?
Yes. So
Okay.
I missed. I didn't have hammer the first time I was up there. So.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, you guys did pretty much the exact same thing the entire seed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a pretty.
It felt like a pretty linear seed for the most part. If you always went for the next arguably best play, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad. I was entering Hype Cave, and my brain was like, "Going to swamp, going to swamp, going to swamp." It'll be funny. You literally thought about this while you were going to bed last night. Like, man, what if I just dip swamp early tomorrow during my race? But I psyched myself out.
Yeah, we were both talking about it when you guys started Dark World. We're like, well, we got Mirror, we got Flippers, we got Hammer. Who wants to do it? And nobody took the bait.
I talked myself out of it because the Flippers had already led to 2 progression items. So
yeah,
that's fair. Yeah,
I refuse to believe.
I mean, you would have felt like a genius had you done it, but
yeah, I would have much rather had Go Mode Fire Rod than
Right?
Go Mode Hookshot. just like, that saves you a bunch of time. And that, but then again, well, how far could you have gotten in that TR without a Fire Rod? Because I think it was just a big key on the right side, so you'd at least gotten halfway.
Yeah, you could have gotten to Mimic Cave, basically, I think.
Yeah, okay. Because, I don't know. I was kind of running out of ideas, and the Pod Mire area, I was like, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and beat Desert and turn in Green Pennant because all my other options are pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you guys just that was the thing is we were looking for ways because TDG was a little bit behind for most of the race, and we were looking for ways at the end there for him to be able to catch up, but you just kept following each other's footsteps. We were hoping TDG would maybe go to Swamp immediately after Ice, but then decided to go do Skullwoods first as well. So
did you dip Skullwoods early as well to get nothing in the front?
As soon as I did Dark World, I went right for Skull Woods because I thought, well, if I have to dip Pendant Pod, I want to know it's going to have value by the time I do Thieves Town and work my way through Dark World.
Yeah.
And Pod was loaded. It had Samaria, Titansmiths, and the Lamp, which was our fire source for.
I think Samaria was Spiral Cave, but
sorry. Yeah.
But it had.
What else was in Pod?
Mitts and
Powder and Mitts and Lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, was that it? Mitts and Lamp? Okay.
My brain was telling me that Lamp was going to be in Swamp, and then all the goodies I needed were going to be in Pod. So, and then Lamp showed up. I'm like, well, never mind. I was half right. I was just glad Mitts were there. But then when you're after Pod, well, actually, it's more like after Mire Desert. It's like, okay, now what? Do I go back up for the 3 items and maybe a TR dip? Do I go do Smith Chain? Do I make the Swamp Dive? Nothing felt great.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping happened. Is that maybe you got Hammer and Mitts earlier and you did the TR dip, and I was like, okay, I'm only single dipping TR. I might make up time because the whole seat I felt behind, and how can I make up time here? And that's why I went to the back of Skull Woods before Swamp, because I thought, well, if he dipped Swamp and didn't find the hook, the only place it's left for me is the back of Skull Woods. So I'll go back to Skull Woods and hope he's double dipping Swamp. And when it wasn't there, I knew it's like, okay, now what? I went into TR. I'm like, well, he hasn't finished yet, so screw it. And I went for Tile Room.
Right. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean,
that GT was the nicest GT I ever could have asked for.
Yeah, it was.
Aside from maybe like Big Key on the Torch, like that is perfect for my usual GT routing.
Was still super close too. I mean, even unfortunately, TDG, you had that little snafu in Ice Palace with the keys there. But
oh my gosh,
yeah,
I thought I got there and I was like, wait a minute, how am I short a key? And I thought, no way, like did I skip the small key under the pot? And as soon as I walked through the door, I was like, and it shut behind me. I knew it. I was like, no, it's in the big chest, and I now have the. I felt so stupid.
Because without that, I mean, you guys would have been within a couple minutes. I mean, you just got into GT when Willard finished, so you would have been only a couple minutes back, I think, without that. But yeah, that was unfortunate to spend an extra minute plus in Ice Palace having to reroute it again.
That's why I specifically hit the switch, because I was like, if Hookshot shows up or if all the items show up, I don't want to have to go to Ice Tea Room for the big key and whatnot. So that worked out pretty well. If you use Icebreaker. If you don't use Icebreaker, then
no.
But yeah.
Yeah, I used icebreaker and I thought, oh, I'm looking for hook. I'm full clearing ice. I don't need to flip the switch,
Hmm.
except when the big key's in iced tea room.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's literally the worst scenario. So that's unfortunate.
So.
Yeah, other than that, pretty close race. Good run from both you guys. Willard moving on to round 2. I don't know who you play next round. I don't know if you even looked at the bracket.
I played Gem.
Oh, right.
Spoilers.
You posted about that. I knew that.
Yeah,
That'll be a
because
fun
we,
one.
yeah, I was, I get my rematch from SG Live 2020, I think it was, where we got paired up in the first round, and it was a hover seed, so of course I lost.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
go,
it was a hover
go-
seed, and then in the fact that if you could hover Hookshot Cave, you get a required item early.
Mm.
That was it. But yeah, GG's. Thanks
Yep,
for
GG's.
the reseam. Looking forward to duking it out with Gem and seeing how far I can get in this silly little tournament.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me restream this.
Yeah.
Thanks to chat for hanging out. And hey, you know what? Follow the runners. Follow the comms. And if you want to follow your friendly neighborhood restreamer, I'll take some follows too. But
Do it.
Probably wrap things up here, I think. Talon, you got anything else you wanted to add? Or runners, anything you wanted to say beforehand?
Nope, GG's.
Nope. I'm hungry. Goodbye.
All right. All right, well, that'll do it for us here then. Thanks for watching. Talon, thanks for common with me.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
And yeah, we'll do some more of these at some point. I gotta take a look at the schedule and see what good matches are coming up to restream. But I got this whole thing set up now, so we'll make use of it.
Sounds good.
But that's gonna do it for me tonight. And yeah, have a good night, everyone, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever time zone you're in. And we'll see you back here soon.